Welcome to YOLO Texas, and this is our team of traveling Texans. Ride shotgun with us as we visit breathtaking views, check out heart-racing attractions, and taste mouth-watering foods that only this great state has to offer.
There's tamale in there. I don't know why I was so surprised about that.
Why, you ask? Well, to simply put it, YOLO! You only live once, Texas. Hey y'all, welcome to YOLO Texas, your go-to guide to everything great about the Lone Star State. I'm your host, AC, and on today's episode, as we come to the end of Season 1 here on the show, we're celebrating by reliving some of our favorite destinations, locations, and adventures from the past year. So join us as we take a trip down memory lane and count down some of our YOLO Texas picks for sweet treats. This year, we checked out a ton of spots to satisfy your sweet tooth and even possibly terrify your dentist, so picking just 4 was no easy task. But first up, we're reliving a visit to New Braunfels to check out a spot that's become a community cornerstone, a downtown destination, and if you have a sweet tooth, a little slice of perfection. It's called Two Tarts Bakery. New Braunfels is a gateway to the Texas Hill Country and has grown quickly over the last few years as its reputation has grown as a great place to work, play, and do business. And it's that last one, a good old-fashioned small-town business that brings me here today, Two Tarts Bakery. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great bakeries in Texas, but this one is something special. It's like if I close my eyes and pictured the perfect bakery and open them, this would be it. Opened in 2010 by sisters Ashley and April, it's a small family-run business that's a testament to hard work, creativity, and a commitment to the craft of deliciousness. Please just give us a little bit of a background of this place. Where did y'all get started baking, and then how did Two Tarts become?
Well, I mean, I think we were kind of started baking when we were children in our kitchen. I went to culinary school. Early on, I knew I always wanted to bake. April went to art school. She kind of wrangled me in 2009. Yep. She said, I don't want to work at Hooters. That's a quote. Let's just like do this. Let's open a bakery. And here we are.
So what makes Two Tarts stand out? Because this place, when you walk in, you just feel, it's a special feeling.
We pride ourselves on making amazing food from scratch, using all natural ingredients, using non-bleached, non-brominated flour, using real butter, honey from Gretchen Bee Ranch, and milk from Milk King out of Waco. And when we told people we use real butter, they looked at us like we were crazy.
Really? It's really expensive.
After all this talk about real butter and natural ingredients, I was ready to dig in.
So we brought you an assortment of different things to try that are probably our most popular items here in the bakery.
The pumpkin pie with the little tart thing here going on. Sorry, I'm not the food expert here, so I'm gonna say food thing.
Yeah, just use your hands.
I was trying to be ladylike about it, but here we go. That is Thanksgiving plus something else right there. Okay, so you said churro and my eyes lit up. Got a churro right here, so we'll try it.
So good. Yeah.
Okay, so you did say this red velvet cake is something very special to the family.
It is it comes out straight out of an old church cookbook from 1962, and it is original red velvet.
And red velvet also happens to be one of my favorite pastries and cakes, so I'm gonna
cheers.
Cheers. Here we go.
That reaction is something that I tell all my employees. I'm like, if something, it's not okay for something just to be okay. It's not okay for it just to be good. Like, it needs to be so good. Like, you can't stop yourself from eating it. And if it has anything less, then it shouldn't be here.
For us, making every aspect of that from scratch is really what makes it so good.
Needless to say, there's a lot to love about Two Tarts, and that gave me an idea. I know I'm nowhere near your level, but you think maybe I can get a lesson from you? See what it takes?
I think we could definitely get you into Ashley's cookie boot camp and show you the ropes.
I'm ready. I'm up for it.
Kidding. I'll be easy on you.
All right, well, let's go back to the kitchen and try some stuff out.
Perfect.
First off, the way we do a little bit different than a lot of bakeries do. We do a dip. So a dip is this first layer of the icing.
Okay.
And it's royal icing. It takes about a day to dry to this hardness. Depending on the humidity, this is Texas, so if it's like pouring rain and like 200%, it's not gonna dry.
Yeah.
But if it's like a really sunny day, it's gonna dry. That's a fun part about baking, no one tells you, is like the weather is like a whole factor. So you're holding it with like the pads of your fingers, the very, very tips.
Okay.
And then you take your spatula and you just kind of lightly like spread it off to kind of break the icing.
All right. I've made a tamale with my grandma, so we'll see if that helped me any.
Yes. Oh, very good.
Look, yo.
Oh my goodness, you're great. So we'll go through and usually dip all our trays, and then we come back and start piping. Yes, this is the fun part. And it's a lot of pressure too. That's something I think might be surprising.
Okay, yeah. Didn't know I needed to work out my hands beforehand. Okay, all right.
That's pretty good. That's
Just
awesome.
give me a shout whenever y'all need me to come in.
Seriously. Now is the time for the feathers. So I'm just gonna do the little feathers starting here, and I'm gonna do like a little zigzag. So I'm going a little closer to create like a fatter line. And then I'm just going around. Okay, and so the last is the eyeball.
No pressure.
No pressure, but a lot of pressure at the same time.
That'll do.
Perfect.
That'll do.
That is so
My
cute.
turkey is rolling its eyes at me right now. This is what it should look like, and this is mine rolling its eyes at me saying, why? Okay, yours looks beautiful though.
Thank you so much for letting me show you a little of what we do behind the scenes here.
Thank you for showing us. As it turns out, running a bakery and turning out world-class wedding cakes and cookies isn't as easy as Ashley and April make it look. All right, ladies, thank you so much for having us. You gave us some treats.
Yeah, take some treats for the road. We loved having you today. We hope you enjoyed decorating some cookies and doing a tour of the bakery. And next time you're in New Braunfels, come downtown and see us.
Don't be a stranger.
Headed to New Braunfels, go to twotarts.com to check out their extensive menu. Hey y'all, welcome back to the show. For our next YOLO Texas top pick for sweet treats, we heard about a 24-hour donut shop offering the most mouth-watering donuts you've ever tasted. So we sent our resident expert, JD Sauceda, on a delicious journey to a place that takes the everyday donut to a whole new dimension.
Today I'm on Austin's world-famous 6th Street, where in college I spent a lot of time chasing down cheap beer. But this morning I'm looking for something you wouldn't expect to find in this area, breakfast. Only a few blocks from our beautiful state capital, you'd find the eclectic Voodoo Doughnut. Let's go.
Welcome to Voodoo Doughnut. Opened in Austin just 2 years ago, this Portland-based company has been making a name for itself for over a decade, delighting customers far and wide with its funky decor, friendly staff, and of course, its one-of-a-kind assortment of decadent donuts.
So we're here inside Voodoo Doughnut, and I am with Jester, and she is going to tell me a little bit about how you guys got started.
Cool. So we have two owners. So Trace owned this really, really famous venue called X-Ray Cafe, and Cat Daddy was like a wrestler, announcer, and they were like two really good friends. And one day they were like, dude, there's no donut shops in downtown Portland. 3 years later, they found this little hole in the wall in Portland, and they started making donuts.
I don't think that it's a coincidence that y'all are located next to a bunch of bars on the busiest
Always.
Crazy street in the city of Austin. So y'all are open 24 hours, is that correct? And what's the most like popular type of donut at 2 o'clock in the morning when all the bars let the crazies out?
The Old Dirty Bastard.
Okay.
It's a chocolate donut with Oreos and peanut butter,
Okay.
and it's everyone's indulgence here.
So what goes into like the creative process in making these donuts? Is there?
Oh, I think it's just all of our crazy, unique minds that come together. Every month we have like a special, unique donut that, you know, either the staff gets to, you know, have an opinion in, or, you know, we make these extravagant centerpieces. There's a lot of our own personal creativity that goes into it.
Yeah. I saw when I was walking through that you guys had a bunch of LP albums like over
Yes.
on the side. Is music an influence at all?
I would say that Voodoo is like really consumed in pop culture and music. Like that is what we are.
Cool, so I heard you guys are hiring and might need some extra help in the kitchen. I'd love to try out my hand. These hands, I can't say have ever designed a donut before, but I'd like to give it a try.
All right, let's do it.
So can we head back there and do it?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Next up, I headed to the kitchen for a quick lesson on making the perfect Voodoo donut. Let's just say I was no pro.
So tell me a little bit about how you guys approach the Voodoo doll donut.
So we have some rules.
Okay.
Rule 1, your Voodoo doll can never smile.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
Because they're supposed to be sad. They're being
Right.
stabbed.
Right.
2 colors, and a pretzel stick.
Okay, and
A
the pretzel stick is the pen? Okay, cool. So what do most people come in here asking to have put on a Voodoo doll?
You get a lot of sports teams, obviously, here in
Okay.
Texas.
All right.
And then for like Halloween, we turn them into skeletons and like goofy stuff like that. Sometimes you can turn it upside down and like put eyes right here and make a little alien.
Okay.
You know, girls in bikinis.
Okay.
You know, you name it, you can kind of do it.
I'm not gonna put any hair because I'm gonna pretend that this person's balding.
So I'm just gonna do maybe a swirl on his belly.
Unfortunately, Voodoo donut making wasn't quite my forte.
Yeah, your technique is a little better than mine.
Cheers.
So, cheers. Can you walk me through some of the other
Yep.
selections that people can buy off the shelf? Like, what's this one right here?
So right there you have the Portland cream. You got your dirt. That's the vanilla and Oreo.
What is this one?
Marshall Mathers.
The Marshall Mathers covered in M&Ms.
So right there you got your bacon maple bar. Old Dirty Bastard
Okay.
or ODB,
The
whatever
ODB.
you want to call it.
What is this megaphone that we have here?
It's a blunt.
A blunt. Okay. Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's a blunt, or if for little kids' birthday parties, ice cream cones.
Don't think this is one you guys carry often. It seems like y'all may have made it for my visit today, which I'm
Maybe.
pretty excited about. Okay, so can we dig in? I'm gonna go with this one. That's delicious.
Diabetic coma.
One giant sugar rush later, and it was time for me to choose my top 3 favorites.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm gonna call my top 3 are probably the ODB, the maple
Bacon.
and I think it's a tie between the my captain, and the blunt.
I love the blunt.
Yeah,
it's like
fantastic.
the perfect amount of donut, especially
Yeah,
all the sweetness going on.
yeah. It's great for
That's
the
a winner.
donut eater on the run. Yeah, I really appreciate you having me out here. This is fantastic. I feel like I need to go run around Town Lake
Yes.
and burn off the 9,000 calories that I just ingested. But yeah, I really appreciate you
Awesome.
having us through.
Yeah,
it's great.
anytime, come back.
Well, I tried over half a dozen delicious donuts. After all those calories, I think it's time for a run. Next time you're in Austin, though, come try out Voodoo Doughnut.
Want to check out Voodoo Doughnut for yourself? Visit the link below to learn more. Hey y'all, welcome back to YOLO Texas, where we're celebrating season 1 coming to a close with our YOLO Texas Sweet Treat Picks. And for our next destination, we're headed to San Antonio to cool down and enjoy a fresh and organic goodie that's worth taking a picture of. So come along as we make our way to the very popular Steel City Pops. All right, so we all know that it's hot in Texas, so if you're looking for something that's cold to cool you down, well, Steel City Pops is a place to stop. And to get the skinny on the coolest place in town, I met up with General Manager Ben Cleveland.
So we sell pops, frozen popsicles. So we have 3 types, fruity, creamy, and cookie. So our fruity pops are closer to a traditional paleta in texture. They have fresh fruit in them, sweetened with organic cane sugar, a little bit harder in texture than our creamy pops.
Okay.
Creamy pops are dairy-based, with a couple of exceptions that are dairy-free, and those have a closer texture to ice cream.
Okay.
We also have cookie pops, really amazing.
Yeah.
And those actually have a gluten-free cookie frozen inside.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What makes this place and this company so popular?
Popular? Yeah. I like the play on words. The fact that we put so much thought into what we put in our product, so it's not just a frozen treat. So we're really careful about only using all natural ingredients. We work with local farmers. We source as many of our ingredients as possible locally right around our stores. We really care about providing a high quality product that people can feel good about eating.
Yeah.
So you can come into any of our stores where we do production, and they have a kitchen that's visible. So we have clear windows around them, and you can see us making the pops. You can see what we're putting in them.
So, you mind if we go ahead and get our hands on a popsicle?
Let's get one.
Waiting.
I haven't had one today yet. So.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. All right.
All right, Ben, so what flavors do you have for me today?
So we have a lot of flavor options. So if you're looking for like a classic favorite, everybody loves it, you want it, we've got some really awesome ones. Chocolate is amazing. Can't go wrong with chocolate. We've also got some fruity options over here. Strawberry lemonade, lime, cucumber lime. Those are a couple of our more standard offerings.
Awesome. Well, I know from here you can make your own customized pop, right?
Yes. So do you want to go creamy or fruity pop?
I think with all the chocolate drizzles and dips, maybe go creamy.
Okay, great. How do you feel about chocolate?
Chocolate's good.
Yes, okay, awesome. I'm actually gonna pass this off to Jacob, one of our employees. Jacob's awesome.
Okay.
Really great at customizing pops, and he is going to customize your pop for you.
All right, Jacob, so I'm thinking about doing the white chocolate dip with maybe some coconut crumbs, shavings, and then maybe topping that off with a chocolate drizzle.
Chocolate drizzle.
Does that sound okay?
Sounds great.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, we'll call this the YOLO creation. Thank you, Jacob.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. Yeah, look at this. Now to eat it. Let's go. All right, so let's taste my creation, the YOLO Texas. Oh yeah. 5 stars out of 5 stars. If you're looking for a fresh take on a classic treat, Steel City Pops is the place to go. So when you visit them, make sure to snap a pic and tell them YOLO Texas sent you. Needing to get your hands on one of these delicious treats? Easy. Visit steelcitypops.com for locations and more. Hey y'all, welcome back to the show. For our final YOLO Texas sweet treat pick from season 1, we're headed to the Hill Country to visit a place that's become a must visit for anyone passing through Fredericksburg. So come along for the ride as we visit the one and only Clear River Bakery. So we all know that Texas has hidden gems all over the Lone Star State, but there's one place in particular that you need to check out whenever you come to the Hill Country, and that is Clear River Ice Cream Bakery and Deli. And look at that, the motherland of ice creams. Right here, 32 flavors. Can't wait to get my hands on one of these. Clear River is known as the fun place in the middle of town where bakery items are fresh and ice cream is all made by hand.
We have been in Fredericksburg since 1994 is when we opened in Fredericksburg. Our original store was in San Antonio.
Okay.
And we opened there in 1989, so almost 30 years in business.
Okay, so 32 flavors of ice cream each day. How do you come up with these creations?
Well, we have a great ice cream guy that's his only job. So he comes up with new flavors, we get requests from our customers, and of course we like to make everybody happy, so we try to do it if we can.
So I have to ask you, what's your personal favorite?
Mine is pecan pie.
Pecan pie, a fan favorite, and you know I had to try my hand at recreating this popular combination for myself. Do you mind if I take a whack at it?
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
You kind of just guide it as it comes out. It looks like vanilla, but it's actually a praline flavor.
All right, step one out of the way. Next was adding the ingredients that give it a sweet and crunchy holiday flavor. And this is pie crust, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's a pie crust that's been like, you know, just ground up pretty much. Just mix it around and work it down into the pan. Kind of just work it in. This is kind of a tricky part to master, the swirling.
And once it was all mixed in together, a taste test was required. Yeah, okay, here we go. The result? Y'all have to taste that. That is good. Okay, so like we mentioned, there's 32 flavors, and they're not your basic vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. They have some pretty cool combinations that I've created in the back, like pumpkin spice latte, cookies and mint, cookies and scream. That one looks pretty tasty. Can't wait to taste that one. But if you're not into ice cream and you want something else, they have deli sandwiches, they have coffee, you name it, they have it all here. Okay, so one of the things I love about this place is the minute that you walk through the door, it's like stepping through a time machine with the old amenities, the classic movies up there, and the music. I don't know about you, it makes me want to dance. It adds to the old town charm with iconic movies playing in the background. Okay, so now that I've maxed out my sugar allowance for the month, it's time for me to hit the road. So next time you're in Fredericksburg, make sure to hit up Clear River. Your taste buds and your dentist will surely thank you after this one. Headed to Fredericksburg, go to icecreamandfun.com for directions and information. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. Be sure to tune in next week as we share more of our Season 1 YOLO Texas top picks. Until then, it's a big world, so get out and explore it. You know what they say, you only live once, Texas. Have a good one, y'all.